Hello, I'm H.E. Wallace, co-author of INTERWOVEN, the first volume in the Points of Failure series. Thank you so much for watching this video, first of all. I guess I want this video to be about my journey as a writer. I am brand new to the writing industry. And I wanted to somewhat document it, although I did not do a lot of documentation of the process of writing this first novel because I was just trying to figure out how to write a novel. So, a little bit about me. Prior to writing, I was a physical therapist. I graduated in 2014 from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I worked in Chicago for a few years. I moved down to Florida and worked along the coast. I can't remember some of the cities. I bounced between them as like a cover therapist. But I worked in Palm Coast and I worked in St. Augustine. But by 2020, I was burnt out completely. I was a part of the Great Resignation of 2020. Whoop, whoop. I didn't have any plans. I didn't have any expectations. I did have a lot of depression and anxiety. But I moved back home to Ohio. I helped my mom move across the country. I was working retail and a bunch of side jobs, not really doing a whole lot. And then my co author, Roy Qualls, called me one evening and said, I got this idea for a book. Would you like to help me write it? And because I was sufficiently underemployed, I said, sure, why not? And that set in motion a journey. And it has been about 2.5 years. I'm going to go ahead and round it up to 2.5 years of working on this speculative sci-fi novel. We kind of want to imagine it more in a genre that we'd like to call the formative age, where it's not just dystopia, it's definitely not utopia, it's somewhere in between, based on the reality that humans progress and regress, and that there is always great potential for great things, and we just gotta really make a concerted effort to make great things happen. Otherwise, as we all know, we repeat the worst there is in history. So, but I think, you hit rock bottom, the only place to go is up. Personal life lesson learned. So I want this channel to be kind of my personal journey as a writer. I hope to have other people, my mom, maybe my uncle, maybe my co-author, maybe friends and family, as this channel evolves. But mostly I want to talk about the things that I've learned, my experiences in writing this first novel, and hopefully to encourage other people to write their stories, people who may not be represented the most in whatever genre. I think that it is well worth time to explore. I can also share about the process of self-publishing in a way. We're kind of doing a hybrid where we have a publisher, but it is allowing us to go about it in a self-publishing mode. So it is quite the journey. It is quite the experience. It is the greatest leap of faith that I have ever taken. And it often reminds me of the Indiana Jones movie, what is it? The Last Crusade, where Indy selects the correct chalice, and cave's starting to crumble. And he runs and he runs, and of course he runs out and he gets to the ledge, and it just looks like all there is just this drop-off point. And then he sprinkles a little dust out in front of him, throws some rocks out there, and it shows a path to the other side. And that moment, even in that movie, chokes me up. But just thinking about how my co-author's phone call was kind of that chuck of rocks and sand to show that there is a path to the other side. So I can share more about that in a later video, but I just wanted to have kind of an introduction video. So you can like, subscribe, share, comment. If you're a writer, if you're an aspiring writer, if you have any questions, you can go to our website, www.noetics.com. I will have information in the description box below. You can go there, see more about our journey as co-authors. You can learn more about our effort as a writing partnership. You can see more about the book. You can pre-order at the moment. At this time in August 2025, you can pre-order. We hope to have the book published by September 30th, where you can purchase the hard copies. So thank you so much. There will be more to share. Okay, take care. Bye.